Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Haziq Dinil bin Shahrudin and my matric number is A20A1530. I would like to explain about the sources of income for Baitul Mal in Malaysia. First, we have jizya. Jizya is a tax paid for zimmi, non-Muslim subject of a Muslim state. Jizya is also exchange of protection, religious freedom and exemption of military duty. Currently, Malaysia uses the zakat system as a tax dedication for Muslim people and mandatory tax for non-Muslim. Second, we have zakat, which is zakat religious responsibility for Muslim to contribute to those in need. Also, zakat fitrah has two, which is zakat fitrah is voluntary tithe paid during a month of Ramadan, and zakat harta is the tithe on property owned by the Muslim. 8 asnaf category eligible to receive zakat such as a fakir, miskin, amil mu'alaf, or remain ibn sabil, pick-up, and fi sabilillah. Third, we have Qarash, which is Qarash land tithe, which tax, revenue, renting, general property. Qarash also payment in variety of method including acreage, percentage, and of actual harvested crop amount. Qarash also proportion of revenue derived from land on property. Four, we have Ushur. Ushur is tax to open a business in Islamic country. Ushur also a mandatory payment that must be paid to the state by the taxpayer. It is also utilized to fulfill some of the state economic, social, political, and other purposes, and is a levy on international trader than on native, imply a national business.
Lukata is a property found in a place which is not owned by anyone, not guarded, and the person who found it does not know the owner. Example of Lukata property are cash money, deliveries, and accessories. There are few types of Lukata property, namely goods, that is property that spoils quickly like food. Al-Waqf is an Islamic endowment of property to be held in trust and used for a charitable or religious purpose. Waqf is also non-alms deed, which is alms that continues to be rewarded from time to time as long as the reward is utilized. As the term of Waqf are conditions donate property, merdeka, mind, and sanity, qualified for charitable and not obstructed shopping, and also voluntary. Generally, there are two types of Waqf that are bequest and charitable gift, annuity or cash Waqf. Lastly, is Fa'i property is property obtained from non-Muslim kafir zimmi in peace or after the end of the war, such as jizya, Qarash, and so on. In terms of Fa'i's property is property obtained from non-Muslim in a peaceful manner without war, while the property obtained from the enemies of Islam in war is called ghanimah. Fa'i property and ghanimah property have similarities in two aspects, and there are differences in two aspects as well. In terms of similarity is first, the two properties are obtained from non-Muslim, and second, the recipient of 1/5 is the same. In terms of difference is that Fa'i's property is given willingly, while ghanimah is by force.
Assalamualaikum and hello, let's introduce myself first. I'm Nasri Ali and my number is A01579. So I will continue my part, which is the difference of Waqf. So Waqf is an endowment of title to any property from which any benefit, interest or profit may be derived in conformity with Shariah's principles. Waqf is an asset for charitable purpose contributions that can be permanent or transitory. There are two categories of Waqf. The first one is general Waqf, and the second category is specific Waqf. There has a difference between the both of them. Then I will go more detail about the general Waqf. So the general Waqf means any Waqf established for the benefit of the Ummah. General Waqf is dedicated to the general good and welfare of the poor and needy, as well as public utilities that provide free services to the poor and sick. In other words, if the beneficiary are the general public, it is categorized as general Waqf. Besides, general Waqf is also stated to be in line with Sufri of Ibadah, in that the Waqf would be rewarded for his good work even after his passing. So last but not least, the book of the public can benefit from this Waqf. and is overall a solid foundation for the Ummah's socio-economic situation. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Amira binti Muhammad Sri. The difference between general wakaf and specific wakaf, and I will explain about specific wakaf. Different from general wakaf, specific wakaf is a direct or indirect dedication of words in which the goal and beneficiary of the wakaf have been decided by the person who made the wakaf since its inspection. In the other words, specific wakaf means established for a certain purpose as determined by the wakif, in that the person who established the wakaf or wakaf management is known as the mutawali. Besides, it also termed it's a private wakaf, since the beneficiary are either a specific individual or group of people defined by the founder or any other specific people. The short of wakaf is given to oneself, one offspring, and one's relative at first. It signifies that the majority of the wakaf asset usually belong to the owner, his family, or his descendant. Despite that, a certain sum is set aside for purpose from the usurer for the public or for general use. So, when the wakaf descendants are no longer alive, they will either be distributed to distant relatives or become part of the general wakaf system. This helps keep them of the social welfare and beneficiary needs, while the property flourish and grow through capital accumulation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi. My name is Hela Fitisalan. Metric number 8208127. I will present the question number 4. The Arabic word for hisbah translates as wage and reward. Hisbah means seeking reward or accountability. Hisbah is technically a state entity that upholds that the true and fulfills the obligation placed on the ma'ruf. The function of Hisbah institution is in protecting the environment. Al-Mutasib, Al-Mutasab, Ala'i, Al-Mutasab fi, and Al-Ihtisab are a few of the items in Hisbah institution as the institution that protecting the environment. Al-Mutasib work mostly focuses on environmental preservation. Al-Mutasib refer to the maintenance of the convenience and efficiency of the public service. Today's reality of Al-Hisbah is that the institution of Hisbah is body and efficient tasks with carrying out the requirements of the Amar Ma'ruf and Nahi Munkar principles, which are to encourage good and forbid evil. Nowadays, the institution of Hisbah faces difficulties that obstruct the impede all Mutasib performance of their responsibilities in today's modern world, which is with extremely difficult problems. So, Al-Hisbah is discussed concerning low political administration and the sustainability of the environment. Finally, Hisbah, one of the disciplines of knowledge that has the responsibility of ensuring that its objective, namely al-am bi al-ma'ruf wa al-anahi an al-munkar, is being made. In the framework of human management, the study of Hisbah is not specifically included. For the well-being of society and a nation political structure, the institution of Hisbah is important. That's all for me. Thank you.
My name is Nurul Nabila binti Raza, metric number 8208244. So for my part, I will explain about the recommendation and example of the Al-Hisbah. Al-Hisbah was a foundation that had the power of Amar Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar, yet its authority was extremely broad, which covered all parts of financial and strict life. Hisbah authorities is likewise including to regulate the market and the way of behaving of the local area, on the lookout, and the two merchants and purchasers, particularly those connected with utilized right, estimation and skills, and supervising trading to kill misrepresentation. Hisbah was planned as a component to guarantee the government assistance of society and to battle hurt, including wrongdoing and institutional level. So in traditional Islamic organization, there was an office of Al-Hisbah, a reviewer of business sectors and ethics, the holder which was known as Muhtasib. He was delegated by the caliphs to supervise the requests in commercial centers, in organizations, in clinical occupation, and so forth. He was just to resolve debates and breaks of the law where the realities were considered or there was an admission of responsibility. Next is manual. Hisbah was likewise a term of manual written to educate and direct Muhtasib, containing down-to-earth counsel on administration of the commercial center. So one more uses of hisbah is an individual obligation of Muslim and general term for prohibiting incorrectly dedicated by friends in faith, as when one experienced them in a submission to Quranic stanzas referenced above, however, having no particular association with commercial centers, loads and majors, and so on. So the example part of Al-Hisbah, there is two sorts of writing accessible on the point of Hisbah. One is graphic, which is depict its construction, for the most part its ethic and commitment, furthermore its strict anger. The second kind of work depicts of the reasonable, also specialized subtitle of oversight. Ibn Taymiyah book of Al-Hisbah fil Islam is unique in relation to different books. It's connected the foundation of the Al-Hisbah with the state. He managed hypothetical matters concerning the nature of the organization.
Hi, I will discuss about differences between zakat and tax. First of all, nisbah and rates. Zakat it is determined by Allah and the characteristics are absolute. However, tax it is determined by the state and the characteristics are fluctuating based on the balance and state budget. For basic law, zakat is in the Quran and Hadith, but tax government ordinance decided. Characteristic for zakat is obligatory and constituency. For tax, the obligation is based on the necessities and it can be removed or changed. Okay, zakat apply for all Muslim or Islam, but tax apply for citizen. Okay, zakat is specific with of all the net income, and tax for fixed income and gross revenues. Okay, zakat productive treasure and tax all treasures for the treasure which is imposed. Okay, penalty for zakat is from Allah and the Islam government, but tax penalty is from the state. Okay, fashion or beneficiaries for zakat. 8 types of legal means Muslim beneficiaries, but tax in accordance with the state's national APBN or regional APBD expenditures. Okay, payment rate. Zakat is one of the pillars in Islam where it's mandatory. 2.5% takes on the weight of to Muslim, as already mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah. However, for tax is considered as the contribution lever on the person's property or business for the support of the government. Okay, lastly, motivation. Zakat faith and devotion to Allah, obedience, fair to the country and sanction. And last, for tax, low taxation, low regulatory complaint and fear of the taxation, low sanction. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nofarahim binti Muhammad Yusof and my metric number is A20A1977. So I will continue to the similarities between taxes and zakat. The first one, both are taken from a person's or legal entity's asset and are utilized for charitable purpose rather than for profit. In the same way, zakat and taxes are split evenly between social justice and public benefit. Next, taxation and zakat are intended to limit the accumulation of privately owned wealth at the expense of economically lower class society. For example, taxes and zakat are not imposed on the entire public, which includes all members of society, and imposing them on every requirement. Next, taxes and zakat serve the general interest of persons in society, but in different way. For taxes, the government spends the money it collects on national security and the people, as well as physical development and infrastructure, as well as economic and social development. While zakat can help in opening business and employment opportunities in those in need in order to be independent and contribute back to society. Lastly, zakat is analogous to a tax. As long as the payment is made in the name of obligatory payment in terms of religion, namely zakat, then it is still considered valid to obtain a rebate of the tax. This means if a person pays zakat in the year assessment 2019, it means that the rebate will be given in that year only. So that's all from me. Thank you.